Some people think that AI is conscious or can be conscious, and I've talked with people who feel like it's definitely channeling some higher entity and that they're communicating with it. Other people say, no, that's just its programming. What do you think?
That was exactly the topic of a big fight I had with one of the leading AI experts of the world today. I was very happy to meet with him, and I was personally very enriched by that encounter. And the fight was, of course, I'm just calling it a fight. It was a very nice but prolonged argument, which resulted in something very positive. So it was this gentleman I just mentioned, Blaise, who is the head of Google's Gemini AI, brilliant person. And first of all, I found him very open-minded and extremely quick on the uptake, as you would expect from someone of that caliber. So within 15, 20 minutes, he had the basics of Advaita Vedanta in his grasp. And so he pointed out that his position was AI can be conscious. If it's not already conscious, it can be conscious. My position was it cannot be conscious. And well, I won't go into the arguments, but it was very enriching. If people are interested, they can look it up. The result of it all was that there was a paper, Consciousness in Three Worldviews, Advaita Vedanta, Quantum Theory, and AI. If you Google it, it's available freely as a PDF online. He was an author. I was a co-author. And to top it all, Carlo Rovelli was one of the leading quantum theorists in the world. He was a co-author because he came in the middle of the conversation and he brought in a quantum theoretic perspective on what consciousness could be. And then he's the one who suggested we should put it all together. This is like brilliant stuff. We should put it all together in paper, the argument, the chains, and three worldviews without committing.
Yeah. But I mean, Hindus believe that mountains can be conscious, or the sun is Surya, is on a subtle level, the sun is a conscious entity, and it's not just a fusion reaction and things like that. So maybe it's not that much of a stretch to believe that AI could be conscious in some respect.
Right, and that's the line this AI expert took with me. He said, look, it's your Advaita Vedanta which makes it much more probable that AI is conscious. Why? He asked a few basic questions. From the Advaita Vedanta perspective, let's put aside pure consciousness, Atman, Brahman aside for the time being. Just look at the way we think about consciousness in consciousness studies in the dictionary, in our day-to-day usage. I am seeing or hearing, I'm thinking, I'm feeling, I have all these experiences, and that's what I call consciousness. Let's just talk about that. That's what Advaita would call reflected consciousness. So he asked a few basic questions. Where in Advaita Vedanta, where would you find this reflected consciousness? And I had to say in the mind. That's the only place you find this reflected consciousness. Then he asked the question, where would you find a mind? And I said, I guess in living beings. And then he went into the computational theory of life and asked me questions like, does life have to be carbon-based? Can it be silicon-based? He's talking about artificial life. If there's artificial life, why can't there be an artificial mind? And if there's an artificial mind, why can't it reflect consciousness just like your or my mind does? And so this all pervasive consciousness. See, in Advaita Vedanta, it becomes easier for AI to be conscious because AI doesn't have to produce consciousness. It just has to access or channel the existing or reflect an all pervasive existing consciousness. So why would it be so difficult? That was his position. Yeah.